Hello guys, welcome back to Surya Zone. So today we are at day 16 of our 50-day SQL challenge, and today problem name is 1251 average selling price. Okay, and here we have a prices table with attributes like product ID, start date, end date, and price. And here they have mentioned that product ID, start date, and end date is the primary key combination of this table, which is a kind of composite primary key. And then each row of this table indicates the price of the product ID in the period from start date to end date. Okay, and then for each product ID there will be no two overlapping periods. So they are mentioning that that means there will be no two intersecting period for the same product ID. So for the same product ID there will not be two common or two same start date and end date. That is what they are trying to say here. Okay, and then the next table is units sold. We have one more table, and there the column name is product ID, purchase date, and units. Okay, and then here this table may contain duplicate rows as well, so there is no primary key column for this particular table, and each row of this table indicates the date, units, and product ID of each product sold. Okay, so what they are asking is write a solution to find average selling price of each product. Average price column should be rounded off to two decimal places. Okay, and then we can return the result of a table in any order, and this the result format in the following example. Okay, so we do have an input table named prices, so which we have product ID, start date, and end date, and then price. So let's say product ID 1, which has done one kind of transaction on or which has done some price like done some transaction on these dates, between these dates, that is 17 to 28. So that time the price is 5, and then the same product ID for the second time, I mean in this period the price is 20. Okay, so this particular product in this time period it is 5, and it is in this third month it is 20 rupees. Okay, and then units sold, like let's say in the first time the purchase date is 2019-0 to 25, which lies between these two dates, right? Like this 2019-0 to 25 is lies between the 2 days. Then during this period the price is 5 rupees and the total units that is sold is 100 rupees. Okay, and then the next thing is 2. So 2 when in the second month of till 20 of 2019, the price is 15 for second product, and that time 200 products got sold. So 200 that this 10 lies between 10 to 2019 lies between this particular date, and it is common for the other row as well, which I didn't mention. Okay, and then the output they are expecting is the product IDs and then the average price of the particular product ID. Okay, so and here they have provided the explanation as well. So here if you see, average selling price is equal to total price of product by number of products sold. So let me take an example of this first particular product ID. So this product ID between this date sold 100 units. So 100 into 5, 500. Okay, 100 into 5, 500. And then the next thing is on the other period, like on some other period, it was 20 rupees, and only 15 items were sold. Okay, so that time it will be 15 into 20. So this is the total price of product when we do this multiplication, and the total how do we find that average for this particular product is average selling price for this particular, that is we need to divide that by number of products sold. So total number of product that is sold for a particular product is sum of units, right? Sum of units based on product ID, which is 115. So if we do that calculation, we will get 6.96, which is the which is the expected output for the product ID 1. And the same calculation goes for product 2 as well. So now let me solve the problem. Select from prices P. So for the time being I am going inner join, because by seeing this prices table and units table, we have the same product IDs which are present in this table. First table, our base table, is present in the dependent table as well. But we'll see if any of the hidden test cases are failing or not. Then based on that we can change our solution. Okay, units sold US on P dot product ID equal to US dot product ID. So this is the joining key. And also if we simply join based on product ID, it will lead to duplicate, as both table has a duplicate record. But we need to add one more condition, that is US dot purchase date. Okay, I am giving this in a bracket so that it will be a separate condition. Purchase date between our P dot start date and p dot end date. So what this will do is for each product ID that is matching in the product ID in unit sold table, it will check whether that particular or the corresponding purchase date is lies in between this particular start date and end date or not. Let's say when it comes to check for this product ID and this row, this row, what it will do is it will check whether this purchase ID is lies between in this start date and end date or not, or in this start date and end date or not, like that. So when it will do like that based on the each product ID one, so here it will lies between these places, okay, so that it will be helpful for us in the calculation. So here I have used between. We can use the greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, like that also, like purchase date greater than or equal to start date and purchase date less than or equal to end date. We can use that condition as well, but I will use what to say, most of the times I will use between. I get used to it. You can use that greater than or less than or equal to as well. So now let's me select here the product ID, p dot product ID, and then we need to calculate the average price. So to calculate the average price, we need to find the total price of product. So for that, what we need to do is p dot price into unit sold on that particular period, right? On this particular period where our purchase date is lying between. So here it will be units, okay. And then what I will do is we need to sum this, like this is a kind of 100 into 5 plus 15 into 20. So we need to sum this using a sum function here, sum aggregate function, okay. And then we need to divide that by total number of units, right? So we need to divide the same thing by total number of units. So and this should be based on each product ID, and our final output should be based on each product ID, right? So we can group it based on p dot product ID, okay. So whether they're asking us to return in any specific order, no, they are not asking us to return in any specific order, but they're asking us to round this value to 2 decimal places. So but if we see the values here, these seems to be an integer. So from the integer, if we want to convert it to decimal places, we need to multiply the numerator with 1.0, okay, 1.0, and then let me round it to 2 decimal place, round 2, okay, as and what is the column name, average price, okay. Let me run this now. Yeah, it has accepted our test cases. Let me submit and check whether it is accepting our hidden test case or not. Okay, hidden test cases got failed because, let's check that. Yeah, okay, got it. I think it's because of the join here. So if you see the prices table here we have 1, 2 and product 3. But here we have the prices only in the unit sales table, we have only 1 and 2. So here instead of using inner join, we have to use the left join. And also if we see the output, our output is showing 1 and 2 only because of the inner join. But if we add the left join, it will show 3 as well. But it should show us 0. But in our case, it will show us null. So let me try to use this test case, okay, and let me try to run this again before submitting, okay. But it again got failed, but this time we have got the product ID 3, but instead of getting 0, we have got null, because that particular units or that particular units is not present in the unit source table, right? So what we can do is either we can use isNull function or we can use the coalesce function, okay, coalesce comma 0, okay, that's it. Let me run this. Yeah, it has accepted our solution now. Let me try to submit to check whether all other hidden test cases are passing or not. Cool. Now it has accepted our solution, guys. I hope you are clear in this logic. Kindly let me know if you have any doubts in the description box. Okay. Cool. Thank you, guys. See you later tomorrow. Bye bye.